What's up, guys? Jay back with another action figure review. Before we start, if you like your reviews unbiased and real, then please do us a favor and hit that subscribe button and check out our other videos on the channel because that's what we do. And also a big shout out to the Action Figure Geeks subreddit, a very good community for collectors. Get subbed if you're not subbed already. And today we are unboxing the new Marvel Legends Gamerverse Juggernaut. And out of all the new Gamerverse figures being released, this is the one that I was most curious about, and this is the one that I wanted to see how are they going to execute it. And after spending some time with this figure, I got to tell you, it's an interesting execution. As far as packaging, this might be the second best thing about this release. Just like the rest of the Gamerverse series, this box is really cool. It looks good, reminds you of the game, and you want to put it on display. It's just a good box. And on the top, you got that Gamerverse logo. And then on the back, you get an image I love. It is the Silver Samurai laid out, and the Juggernaut just celebrating his victory. It looks good. On the side, you get that same image of him celebrating the victory, and on the back, like of him, an animated image from the game. All of this just comes together perfectly against this whole galaxy, outer space, Gamerverse theme that they got going. And I think the Juggernaut as a Marvel character, as an X-Men character, you have to have him as an action figure. And as you see here, he is a pretty big guy. Like, this thing is bigger than the entire size of my hand. And if you have the Maximum Hulk or the Gamerverse Venom figures, then you should know that this is heavier than both of those. On the side, again, just to give you a closer look at him celebrating that victory. I really like this image. It's a good image. And on the back, another L for the Silver Samurai. I really like how they're doing the back of these. They're always in the middle of a match. And if you look on the side here, there's some characters fighting with Juggernaut. Looks like we got Wolverine and Gargantos. I still don't know about that Gargantos figure. I've seen everybody unboxing it, but I don't know. It's not for me. I don't think so. But as usual, man, no complaints with this boxing. Great Gamerverse box. And here he is out of the box. I have to say, man, just in this plastic alone, he looks very impressive. He isn't posed. He's just standing there, but he looks good. And I like what I see. I desperately really want this to be on my top 10 at the end of the year, but it's about more than looks. It can't just be looks. It has to be an actual good figure. So let's get him out the plastic and see if this is a good figure. And here he is, man, completely free. I gotta say, look at that. You see it. It looks good. He looks very good. No disrespect to Marvel or Marvel Legends, but for Marvel Legends, this looks exceptionally good. Now, I'm telling you off rip, there are some flaws, one or two that are very annoying, to be honest. But before we get into all that, I just want you to see what the figure looks like, because looks is the best this figure has going for it. It's looks. So he's in some comic accurate Juggernaut suit, or I guess technically it would be game accurate in this case, the maroon suit. The mold and paint are just impressive. Very good. Perfect, I think. The figure has all these blue and pink veins kind of like sticking out from the mold, and they just look very realistic. And the texture right above his waist is a different kind of plastic. It looks very good. But yeah, looking closer at the head sculpt, this is kind of where they start to lose me, man. As you see here, his teeth, his eyes, the expression under the helmet, all that is good and looks great. But the problem for me is that all of that creativity ends there when it comes to the head sculpt. That's it. It's literally just eyes, nose, and mouth. There's no real head sculpt under there, and I don't like that. As far as how it feels, it's okay, I guess. You know, it feels good. Everything feels good. I would say it feels like it's worth what you pay for it. I guess depending on what you did pay for it, it's worth the retail price, I think. He's got some removable pieces that we'll talk about, but for a character like this, you want a figure with some weight, and they did that here. I wouldn't want this thrown at me at all. All of these things, though, to me make it more of a put him on your shelf figure. The articulation is not going to be great. I'm telling you now. As you can see here, his arm accessories just keep moving or falling off his biceps, and that's one of the most annoying things about this one for me. You constantly have to adjust all these things on him if you want to pose him. But back to the head, it's useless. It is useless. If you pop it off, you'll see the peg is tiny, which extremely limits the movement of the head itself. He literally has no neck. It's just this little plastic piece with a face that's wedged into a bigger piece of plastic, and they just drop that on top of the peg. It's pretty ridiculous if you ask me. And then here, yeah, my biggest pet peeve with this figure, his hands. Wow. This hand popped off involuntarily, I don't know how much times. I don't know if it's because the pegs are just so small in comparison to the hand itself, But it's like every time I went to fix one, the other was an issue, either the hand or these accessories on his arms. But yeah, it's pretty bad. You don't get a double jointed elbow, but there's his elbow. It bends about that much, like a bigger version of the arm on the new Wolverine. His forearm can move up and down. I think these are butterfly joints, so you get pretty good range for extending and moving his arms, at least for a big guy. No movement at the waist, but they've articulated right above his stomach, so you spin him around completely, and as you can see here, you kind of get a pullback. It may feel like it's gonna break, but it's not. It's actually really secure. It feels good, actually. It's pretty cool. And then we have his legs. These are just basically big pieces of beef. Not a lot of articulation with this guy. Some movement. You can swivel the leg back and forth. You can get full spin on the thigh, I believe. Full spin on the thigh. You get full spin on the thigh. The boot is huge and it has a toe hinge, which is pretty sturdy. It moves easily. Very good. I like how the boot moves. You can spin his calf all the way around, 360, and that honestly, that's really it as far as his articulation, man. He's not gonna bend all the way over or crouch like Wolverine or bend his leg back like Psylocke. He's not doing any of that. But like I said, he does look good. And to be honest, it's probably not fair to expect much articulation from a figure this big anyway, I guess. But man, I really don't like that head sculpt. I don't like how useless it is as far as getting him to look up or down to the side. And you have no choice. It's the only head sculpt he comes with. So that's it. I've seen another Juggernaut from the past where they have like the head and then you put like an armor over it, damaged battle armor. I don't know, but they should have done something like that here. 100% though, you have to admit this guy photographs very well. He looks good. I think it somehow looks even better on camera than it does in person. Moving on to the accessories, not much, which I guess has to be expected. You're in this one for the figure and for the size, not for the goods. You get one blast effect, and then you get alternate pair of hands, and that's it, man. That's it. And while that isn't much, I would say that those are some essential pieces if you want to take some good photos with this Juggernaut. So I'm not mad at it. But first up, we get these open hands. They look amazing. I'm not gonna lie. They got veins poking out all over. The paint is done really well. They're humongous, just big open hands, and I think you need these. I like the little accessory he has on them, the little knuckle accessory. The left one is great just for looking imposing and threatening, and this right one is partially closed, which makes it perfect for him gripping enemies, picking up other figures, other weapons, whatever you need. It's good. You just wedge them in and it works. Then we have a blast effect, which also looks very good. I like the orange translucent color. I like the spherical shape. And as you can see, there's two ridges on either side of the inside, and you're going to use that to attach to his closed fist once you take off that accessory on his knuckle, which I'll show you right now. It's pretty simple. You pop off his hand, which is most likely popping off by itself already. And then you just take off his knuckle armor. And that comes off pretty easily. You just kind of got to tug at it. And then once it's completely off, you carefully, very carefully, because this thing seems kind of fragile, carefully attach the ridges on the inside to the outside indents of the fist that are now there. And be careful when you're taking it off, because you kind of have to yank it, and that gets kind of scary. It looks really good. I think it's worth it being the only thing he really comes with as an accessory. So you attach the fist back onto his arm, and then boom, he's good to go. And as far as attaching it to his head, you can do that, but obviously there's no indents on his helmet because that would have looked stupid. So to achieve that look, I had to kind of use sticky tack to keep it on top of his dome, but it still was not secure. It wasn't staying, but it fits on his fist very secure. It looks good, and you can pose him making impact on the ground, or just like knocking out the Incredible Hulk, whatever you want to do. But yeah, before we wrap it up, here's some height comparisons so that you guys can see how big he is compared to other figures. Here he is with his brother, and then with the new Gamerverse Wolverine. Then he has Maximum Hulk, and then the Gamerverse Captain America. We got Raphael from NECA. Then we got a Storm Collectibles Balrog. Here he is with Razar and a Mezco Spider-Man. He's bigger than everybody. Overall, I really like this guy. I'm not gonna lie to you. I know. I don't like how limited he is on his poses. I think he looks the most impressive out of all the Gamerverse releases as far as looks. Standing him up in certain poses is kind of weird because his legs are beefy and he kind of falls on his own weight sometimes, if that makes sense. But yeah, overall for me, he's going to be a 3 out of 5. I wanted to like this one a lot more. I thought he was going to be a 5 out of 5 from when I first saw him in that Hasbro presentation. Problems with the head sculpt, the hands constantly popping off, and his head and arm accessories and stuff constantly shifting. Just don't do it for me. I just don't. 3 out of 5. Thanks for watching, guys. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more unbiased reviews, and please let us know what you think of Gamerverse Juggernaut. Also, please check out the photos that we did. Thanks again.